Purchase an eligible new 30 to 450 horsepower Yamaha outboard and get up to 7 years of coverage protection, plus up to $500 in dealer credit, or earn up to $700 in dealer credit on eligible 2.5 to 25 horsepower models. Fall into savings today.
On this week's weekly video fishing forecast, we are coming to you from Steiger Craft Boats down here in Bellport. More on their open house to come later in the broadcast. We're going to have reports, events as well in this week's forecast. Another story from Capt now. We have some news on the Smith Point Bridge for you. You might want to tune in on that. And we have a preview of the glossy holiday gift guide issue to Fisherman magazine that just came out on Monday.
The ultimate fishing authority in the Northeast, the Fisherman magazine.
So if you listen to the preview on the weekly video fishing forecast, I did mention that the Steiger Craft Open House is taking place this Saturday at the Steiger Craft Factory here in Bellport. I'm going to talk to Al Steiger right now. We're going to get some more info on what you can expect from this great event coming up.
Hi everybody, welcome to Steiger Craft. This Saturday we're going to have an open house again. There'll be a lot of boats on display. The whole factory's open. We'll show you through the whole process. There'll be a lot of vendors here besides us. There'll be Seakeeper. There'll be Sea Deck. There'll be Mercury, Yamaha, J&H Tackle. There'll be electronics firm. There'll be a bunch of different things like that. There'll be T-shirts for sale, boat pieces for sale. So come on down. It's from 9 to 4. We have donuts in the morning and pizza for lunch, so it's a very fun day. Everybody has a good time, and there's some, better than boat show prices on the boats, and you'll be able to get to talk to us directly without having a lot of people at a boat show. So it's a one-day only deal. So come on down.
We also have some news for you on Smith Point Bridge, located in Shirley. Here's what they have to say about it. A new weight restriction is now in effect on the Smith Point Bridge in the Shirley area after a routine inspection by New York State Department of Transportation uncovered structural deterioration. This is effective immediately. Vehicles exceeding 3 tons cannot be crossing that bridge, according to the Suffolk County Department of Public Works and NYS DOT, until they can conduct further analysis and plan for long-term safety upgrades. The county is simultaneously moving ahead with construction of a full replacement bridge expected to be completed by 2027. Also, until further notice, the park will be open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All visitors will need to leave the park by 7 p.m. daily, and this also includes all Outer Beach fishermen.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing. That nothing says no to fish bites.
The holiday gift guide to Fisherman magazine, that big December print issue, came out on Monday. There's a ton of gifts, actually over 70 unique fishing gifts in that magazine for you guys to check out. A bunch of other content is too, a lot of local content in there. Let's take a look at what you can expect.
The December glossy edition of the Fisherman magazine is out now, just in time for the holidays. This issue is the Fisherman magazine's holiday gift guide. Pages and pages of cool gift ideas for you and that angler in your life. The latest rods, reels, electronics, lures, tools, clothing. It's all here and more. And don't forget, the magazine makes a great gift as well. When you subscribe, you get 12 glossy print editions, 26 digital editions to your inbox, this past weekend's reports, full access to the website, and more. As a subscriber, you could also be part of the Dreamboat Challenge and win a new Steiger Craft powered by Yamaha. And you can compete for a rigged out kayak from Yak Attack. Subscribe now.
Jenny has another open boat episode coming out on Sunday. Let's see a quick preview.
Stay tuned for this week's latest open boat adventure with Jenie Ackerman. From tackling new lures, hooking into the catch of the day, or learning something new about a species. Tune in every Sunday at 6 p.m. for Jenny's latest open boat episode. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and most importantly, catch 'em up.
Now let's get into the upcoming events from around the island. Starting off, we mentioned it already, November 22nd is the Steiger Craft Boats Open House event. Then on November 30th is the Lindenhurst Fall Fishing Flea Market. Also on the 30th is the Tres Palms Striper Tournament in Babylon. And for all the details on these events and more from the Fisherman Magazine regarding events, visit the Fisherman Magazine/events.
At the edge of Long Island, where the ocean meets tradition, Montauk Anglers Club can be your boat's home and your gateway to legendary fishing. Whether you're a pro or just casting your first line, this is where memories are made. Join Montauk Anglers Club, where the catch of the day is just the beginning. Or go to montaukanglersclub.com for more information.
Captain Al Lorenzetti has another great story for us. Captain Al, what do you got?
Captain Al's story. This one goes way back. This is ancient history. This is when I could just about, the age when you can barely, you remember a couple of things. I guess I was 6 or 7 years old, so we're talking early 50s. And we're going out with my dad on his old boat, the Mist. And back in those days, the boats were all old wooden scows, and they had converted car engines in them. There was no such thing as like a marine engine. There was no call for it, unless it was a diesel workboat, that type of thing. So here we go, chugging along, making all of maybe 6 knots. And we're going flounder fishing. So on the way to the flounder grounds, my father was up in front with his pal. I'm in the back of the boat, and he bought a couple of dozen worms, bloodworms. And nothing to do. I'm a kid, I'm curious. I remember looking in there and seeing these worms, and you touch them, and they'd stick that head out, with the 4 little grabber prongs, and that's their mouth. Oh, so one stuck his head out. I grabbed his head, grabbed his body. That was pretty cool. I stripped them apart like this, turned them, I guess you call it inside out. I did that to all the worms. We stop, throw the anchor, we're going to flounder fish. My father comes back, looks at the bait, and is like jaw dropped. All the worms are all like, strung out, shredded. He goes, "What did you do?" I go, "Just messing around. I don't know, Dad. I, pulled on the head." He got pissed. That's the first time I can remember my father actually getting angry with me. And maybe that's why I still remember the story, because it shook me up. But that was a tough day of flounder fishing.
We're coming down to the wire here in the Dreamboat in the Costa Kayak Clash. Only a few weeks left. Let's see what's going on with that.
There's still time left in the Dreamboat Fishing Challenge. The deadline is November 30th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. There have been no new entries this week, so the leaderboard remains the same. In third place is Ahmed Solomon with 19 points. Second place is Thomas Luciano with 20 points. And in first place is Rashawn Williams with 27 points.
After nearly a month of relative inactivity, the Coastal Kayak Clash crackled back to life, revealing that the 2025 CKC is poised to wrap up as a true photo finish. Bob Wagner started the bidding with a 24-inch blackfish that appeared to put the New Jersey CKC veteran in the lead, but Todd Treons entered a 20.25-inch sea bass the very same day that would downgrade one of Wagner's prior catches, locking all 3 of our top competitors into a virtual tie and leaving the tiebreakers to sort out the seeding. So the top 3 remained unchanged. We have Rothenong in first place, Dustin Stevens in second, Bob Wagner in third, all with 6 points. This means if any one of these anglers puts an unanswered fish on the scoreboard before the end of the event, they take over the top spot. And don't sleep on Mr. Todd Treons either. A 24.25-inch tog would allow him to swoop in from off the podium and steal the lead at the last minute.
If you have any last-minute entries, please read all those rules carefully and fill out those forms completely. That includes length and girth measurements on all the fish you submit. With that being said, let's get into our Around the Map segment. Starting off on the south shore of the island, we got some surf reports for you. Dave Marcus checks in with another nice late season big striped bass caught from the surf on the central south shore. Junior Castro also checks in with another south shore surf bass. Nice job, Junior. That's a nice fish for this time of the year. Scott Bronson checks in. He said he got into some world-class striper fishing the other morning, about a mile south of Kismet in the ocean. Got away from the fleet. Sometimes that's the key. Said he was fishing a 2-ounce Snook Candy Flare Hawk jig. That's a Florida jig. Had a 7-inch swim bait, a trailer. Was using a Flare Hawk technique. Cast away from the boat, let it sink to the bottom, and 6 turns of the reel, let it stop, glide back down, repeat. Said it was a killer presentation and the fish absolutely loved it. Told me he was out fishing his buddy with diamond jigs by 4 times. Might want to look into those flare hawk jigs for the upcoming season. Mimic the bunker that would down the calm really well. Non-stop fishing from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. that day. Moving on to the west end of the island, James Babis checks in with the slot-sized striped bass, caught on a morning trip on the Captain Lou out of Freeport. He noted that the boat did limit out on this trip. John Rasulo III, he caught and released this 10.5-pound double-digit tog on the Hempstead Reef. Caught using a 1.25 ounce homemade unpainted jig. Total length was 24.5 inches and was caught on a Black Hole Challenger rod with the Daiwa BG MQ 2500. Talk about light tackle on a 10-pound fish. That's real nice stuff, John. Jonathan Camper's son, we got a picture of, with a 30-inch bass caught on an SP minnow. He said it was a giant bass blitz, and this one right here picked off the SP minnow in it. Had over 30 other fish and a few shorts on this amazing day. He said there was also bluefin tuna jumping everywhere as well, all around the bass. And Sandy Kennedy checks in with her first striper ever caught from a boat. Big oversized fish, really quality fish, caught, sent right back in with a nice picture at the end of it. It's caught on the west end of the island. Nicholas Diagostino, 9-year-old from Massapequa, caught this one right off Jones Beach. 35 feet of water, caught on a snagged and redeployed bunker on a circle hook. It was 36 inches and it was safely released after a picture. And we do have a report from the north shore of the island all the way out in Orient Point. Alan Yee checks in with a nice limit of blackfish caught on green crab aboard the Brooklyn Girl, and it was caught again out of Orient Point. And if you do have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com. I'll try and get into the weekly video fishing forecast or a future issue of the magazine.
In the famed waters of Panama awaits a fishing experience like no other. Tropic Star Lodge welcomes anglers to get in on world-famous fishing action. Plan your perfect trip today. Tropic Star Lodge, the ultimate in fishing adventures for more than 60 years.
Now let's check in with our correspondents from around the island, and now you can hop to a specific correspondent from a specific spot on the island by using the YouTube chapters feature to do so.
Well, greetings everybody from Montauk. Obviously, I haven't been posting much lately. A lot of that has to do with the weather. As most people know, it's been extremely windy, particularly out here in Montauk. So any weather window I've had, maybe just one a week, just been going out blackfishing and sea bassing, which has been paying off pretty good. Just got in today, did some nice fish, had a fish up to 9 pounds, some nice sea bass as well. The other report is the squid fishing at night is still going strong, whether you're on the ebb tide or the Viking. Those guys are going anytime we have a weather window. That's pretty much everybody's case. If the weather's nice, they're going. Blackfishing should continue. Luckily for this weekend, it looks like we got a nice little stretch of weather starting Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So take an opportunity, get out fishing. As far as striped bass goes, there's still some bass around, but it's getting thinner and thinner. The sand beaches from the west of Montauk all the way to Southampton are still producing some fish, but other than that, things are starting to slow down. Still a lot of bait around, so you never know. Things could pick up. All right, until next week, guys. Talk to you soon. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Not a whole lot going on, unfortunately, in between Shinnecock and Mauritius. I've been trying most of the week. Does seem like most of the bass have moved on. So, I don't know, a couple of small fish might pop up on the beach. You see, I'm giving it a try. Throw a teaser on to kind of up your chances for possibly getting small fish. But, you know, just looks like the weather's going to be good this weekend. So definitely give it a shot. Last weekend, there was also some bluefin tuna about 3 miles out from Mauritius Inlet. A couple of guys I heard spotted a few closer in. Some guys were equipped to handle them. And I think there was one that was got boat side before being released. You can't harvest them. That's closed for the year. So, and obviously there was spectacular fishing to the west with bass and bluefin. So the blackfish, by shore, there's probably still a couple of fish in the inlets, but any of like back bay spots, and for the most part the inlet, with this cold snap, most of the blackfish have moved out. So, but being that this wind finally is laid down, looks like this weekend have a shot to get out to some of the reefs and wrecks. So keep fishing. It's just, you know, kind of a bummer there aren't a lot of bass around, but Could change in a heartbeat. All right, back to you, Matt. Thanks.
Hello, Matt. Well, let me tell you, I've been preaching that fishing never ends. You have always opportunities. Right now, we got a lot of opportunities. I actually am here on the Long and Fly Rodders Club Day. These clubs are great. If you were a beginner or an expert, these clubs are, there's several of them on Long Island. They're great ways to network and to learn more. You can always learn more. And I'm here with the Fly Rodders today, the Long Island Fly Rodders, and you can look them up on the internet, or you could look up the Art Flick chapter of TU or the Long Island chapter of TU. These are all good organizations where you'll really learn. Now, I've been here fishing. Everybody was catching fish. It was crazy fishing today, but everybody's catching fish. Most of the people, they were using the mop fly. That's the go-to. I use it. I don't love it, you know what I mean? I like to play around with different things. So I actually started off with, of course, zonkers called White Death and also the Black Death were very good. Even the Olive Death was very good today. But what really got me going was I started swinging wet flies, all right? And the flies that I liked was the Hare's Ear wet, which is a winged wet fly, which really fished really well. Until I lost all three of them, either into a trees or fish. But then I switched over, and another fly that really got my going is called Jack Garside's Sparrow. I love tying that fly, and I love fishing it. Wet flies are a lot of fun. You get to feel that tug. It's great. Now, as far as saltwater goes, well, I've been hearing from several people that the western part of the island, Jones Beach area, Atlantic Beach area, stripers are still on the surf. Around the inlets, they're catching them. But it's been so windy, we're not doing it. We're not doing it with fly rods right now. They're doing it all with diamond jigs. I went out. I had a great time. I caught some fish, but they were all shot because I'm using a diamond jig with a teaser. That's how I had a nice day. It's always good to get out. So there's never a close season. Dress properly and you can fish all winter long. And if you're interested in going on a guided trip, give me a call at 516-415-7748. Till next week, guys. Tie lines, everybody.
Thanks, guys. I wasn't going to do this report, but I thought it was necessary. I'm sorry I lost my voice, so I'm doing my best here. But on a worse note, unfortunately, this is my last report. We are closing down the shop due to the loss of our lease. Good news for you guys is we got a lot of deals going on. We're trying to push out some inventory so we don't have to return it to our vendors. But stop by. We'll be open till the end of the week, and we wish you guys the best. Just the report side, striped bass still on the beach, still on the boats. The boats are still going out at Captree. Blackfish is still doing pretty good too. Those are kind of two major fish right now. And yeah, we'll see you guys around. Hopefully we'll see you guys fishing next year. Bye, guys.
Introducing the Yak Attack Sandrig Surf Cart, the ultimate beach hauler for serious anglers. Glide effortlessly over soft sand with wide balloon wheels and lightweight, corrosion-resistant construction that's completely customizable with options. Whether it's rods, coolers, or tackle, haul it all with ease. Built by surf fishermen and engineered by Yak Attack.
Looks like pretty decent weekend, couple of good days. Saturday's a little rough, but Friday and Sunday it looked good. Striped bass still around Fire Island, outside, inside. Live bait best inside, fishing spot. And you know, on the outside, a lot of jigging going on. So it looks like it should be a decent weekend to get a shot in there. Some blackfish too, and also keep in mind, very close to shore, tuna fish busting water, anywhere from 50 pounds to 200 pounds. So have a good popping outfit with you if you're out there. So that's about it for this week, Matt. We'll talk to you next.
Thanks, Matt. Fishing remains outstanding around Rockaway in November. This weekend might have been the best weekend all year. Out at Breezy Point, there was about 100 boats, but thousands of birds and bass boiling all over the place. On small bunker and sand eels, anything you threw at them would do the trick. It is incredible. There's also reports of bluefin tuna blowing up around the jetty in 30 feet of water. People were catching them on spooks while going for bass off the Jersey shore, all around the beaches, everywhere. There were bluefin tuna blowing up. We went out a little deeper. We did get one. And I can't stress enough, even though it's catch and release, you still have to report them. So definitely go to their website and to the HMS website and report your catch and release bluefin. All right, very, very important. Only have about a week left before I take out the boat. So if you want to go out, hit me up. Otherwise, get out there yourself, catch them up, because November is the best month. Just bundle up. It's cold out there. All right, be safe, get tight, thank you, and back to you, Matt.
Hey guys, thanks for having us. Another windy week here. Over the weekend we had some very good fishing. Blackfish is still chewing. The green crabs are the bait of choice. Striped bass still around. A lot of schoolies and some slots here in the Sound on the soft plastics and diamond jigs. If you want to go down to the East River, as a lot of our locals have been doing, they're doing really well on the live eels. A lot of bigger fish there. If you want your overs, that's where you go. Offshore, bluefin tuna, hot, hot, hot. Guys are reporting a lot of release fish. If you want your chance at a jumbo, at a giant, now this is the time to go. A lot of mediums out there too, a lot of 70-inch fish. Hopefully we get our quota back. The shop still remains open every day from 7 to 7, and will be open all winter long, guys. Every day, 7 days a week. Tight lines.
All right, reporting live this week, and we're in the mix in the middle of a striped bass blitz.
Yes, sir.
And looks like Jimmy has the over, and looks like I might have a slot, but this is it. This is the last licks. The whole
baby.
Yep, the whole fleet is out right now. Just got them on a diamond jig. What'd you use, Jimmy? Shad?
Swim shad.
Swim shad.
Yes,
Beautiful.
sir.
And yeah, it's all about top water action. They're actually on the bottom as well. But yeah, dealer's choice right now. Pretty much all the lures are effective. We got one on a plug, a popper. So everything's working right now. It's that's the beauty of it. And looks like they're on some type of small, really small baits right now. Not even bunker. So little small presentations is what you want to do. All right, back to you.
Thanks, Tim and Matt. Hope all is well. Well, guys, Mike Sanctuary here from Anglers of Legend Sportfish. Well, it's been a banner week on the striped bass grounds. The entire month of November actually has been pretty good, and we live lined quite a few in early November. Also jigged up a bunch of them throughout the season, and last week in particular was pretty much chaotic. Birds everywhere, diving, gannets, little tuna chicks feeding on sand eels. It's just been absolutely epic. We were catching them a lot with the X-Wrap, the little plugs that are about maybe 3 or 4 inches. Swim shads from Shad Life, white, chartreuse, and a weird looking tan color. Produce a lot of them. We were using 2-ounce heads, by the way. Let it hit the bottom and retrieve, semi-fast. Don't let it sit to the bottom because the dogfish will tear up your soft rubber baits. Top water was epic. Using the mantis, the little poppers, the white, mad mantis, the white ones, small ones. And I always emphasize, single hook use. This treble hook stuff, it's not worth it. These bass, they inhale these damn little plugs, and trying to get them from, by the gill plate, this is just not good, not good at all. So I told most of my clients, you gotta have single hooks. It's very important. With that said, the tuna, pretty much you can't miss them. They're as close as 30 feet and off by about 6 to 7 miles offshore, chasing the sand eels. Of course, is closed to keep. You could target them and release them properly. Also, please don't be gapping these tuna on the nostrils, upper jaw. I mean, a lot of you googans are messing this whole thing up. You're supposed to gaff them right at the tip, not back there, somewhere in the tip. That's it. There's a lot of vascular blood lines in the jaw of a tuna. So you guys are just f***ing it up lately. Seriously. The guy had a gaff almost coming out of the damn tuna's eyeballs. Like, what are you doing, you know? Puts a bad name in fishing. With that said, we'll be out there tomorrow. We're going to use a big old boga grip on these bluefin tuna, hopefully, if I decide to get out of bed. With that said, dress warm, tight lines.
How's everyone going up there? This is Ben Gilmour from Jackpot Sport Fishing here at the Marina Pez Vela, Costa Rica. We're just getting our new season going down here in Costa Rica. November is the official start of our high season, and just the other day on Saturday we had our first tournament of the year, the Dorado Derby. 53 boats joined the tournament, and a 49-pound bull Dorado was the winning fish, taking home almost $70,000. Huge congrats, guys. What a fish. We got off to a good start this past week. Yesterday we caught 16 Dorados. 4 of those were on fly, which was just an epic day. We've caught some nice rooster fish the last few days, up to 51 inches. Beautiful fish. And we've hooked blue marlin, black marlin, sailfish, and tuna all in the past week as well. So we're off and running here, guys, in Costa Rica. We're just having the last of our rains over the next week or two, and then the dry season for the next 5 or 6 months is upon us. Would love to see you guys down here in Costa Rica. Give us a call. This is Ben Gilmour from Jackpot Sport Fishing.
Well, that's the report for the week, folks. As you can tell, the fishing is still really good. A lot of blackfish around, a lot of striped bass around. This bite should go all the way into the end of the month, maybe even past into December. Some bluefin tuna around as well, mixed in with those striped bass. Remember, catch and release on the bluefin tuna only, but they sure do pull some drag if you can hook into one of those. A lot of fishing going around. The weather is pretty nice out. We got some good days coming up. Catch them up this weekend, folks. And if you do get time, come down to the Steiger Craft Open Boats event here in Bellport. I'm going to be here on Saturday along with the rest of the Fisherman Magazine team. Hope to see you then.